So the economy grew by 0.1% in November. Much of that was down to pubs and bars doing well because many of us were enjoying the World Cup. This follows growth of 0.5% in October, so 2 consecutive months of growth last year. It doesn't sound too bad. But the bigger picture is a little gloomier. This is why, in the third quarter of last year, that's July to September, the economy shrank by 0.3%. Now, if the economy shrinks in the final 3 months of the year, we'll be in recession. Now, we mentioned that good growth in October and November, so are things looking good? Well, let's take the last 3 months we have data on. That's September to November, and as you can see, the trend in the wrong direction. Now, all this matters because if a recession is confirmed next month, that means consumer and business confidence is low, investment is down, and tax revenues are down as well, which means less money for public services like the NHS. Well, our reporter Bradley Harris has been speaking to people in Birmingham today about how they're feeling on the months ahead.
It's business as usual in Birmingham, or so it seems on this high street. Behind the shop fronts, it's a different story. Many businesses here tell me that they're struggling to pay staff minimum wage and also keep stock replenished as the price to buy it just keeps going up. This hairdresser's may be busy with customers, but people are cutting back on regular visits.
We don't lose clients because there's a lot of loyalty in hairdressing. It's quite personal. So we won't lose them, but if someone goes 4 weeks, it'll be 6 weeks, and that's just what happens. And the cost of living, like you say, the prices will have to go up eventually, because gas and electricity is just shocking now.
I used to have my hair highlighted and dyed, so now I only come and have a cut and blow. Instead of paying 110, it's 50 now.
Everybody's cutting back. You have to cut back. And it's very, very hard. It is hard. But smile and the world smiles with you. Cry and you cry alone, darling.
Pubs and restaurants are said to have contributed to the UK economy when people went out to watch the football. Christmas should have helped too, but that's not the case for this restaurant in London.
Month of December, strike actions did have an impact at Kahani. Why that is, because every time there was a strike on, we will be 40% down in customers. Because we look at our bottom line. What we make on the bottom line. GDP up in the month of December if it's up because people were spending more money. But in regards to restaurant, it doesn't mean nothing to us.
While the hospitality industry did see some growth, the manufacturing sector declined in November and construction struggled. The cost of materials hasn't helped.
Pre-2019, you were looking at probably around £2,200 per tonne when it comes to steel prices. We're now actually looking at prices from around £4,000. It's almost a 100% increase when it comes to your steel value.
Economists have been blunt about the reality.
Real personal disposable incomes are going to drop in the coming months and certainly over 2023 because we have not only interest rate rises that we have all been experiencing, but also tax increases. The overall tax take from an individual's pay is probably going to be going up.
The UK economy is knocking consumer confidence and time is running out to keep some businesses afloat. Whether soaring costs will tip the UK into recession will depend on what the next set of figures show us next month. Bradley Harris, 5 News, Birmingham.